Everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to continue on today with Banjo-Kazooie. You guys might have noticed there's a little something different. If you haven't watched my Kingdom Hearts video, which you should check that out because it's really been a fun series so far. I actually have a camera now, so hi. You see me obviously in the thumbnail, but this is me live and in living color. My room instead of everything. But most people that I assume have been from those videos have watched this video, so I'm not really expecting this to be news to anybody watching this video that might have watched the original part 1 of the series. But yeah, I got a camera now, and also if you notice from the first Kingdom Hearts video to the second one, I'm actually working on my editing skills, and now I basically am pretty decent at it. I got a nice little system that I use to transcript my streams. It makes it a lot easier to edit. So we're working on the editing skills. We're working on everything. It's been a slow process getting started, but I appreciate anyone who has tuned in to join me on this journey, and I hope we can continue on and even grow together. All right, well, we're gonna get into it. So here, Gruntilda, we ain't got time for this. That's all she does. Alright, so anyways, so I actually don't even know what the hell I'm going. I should be going this way because we're going to continue on to the next part of the hub world because we finished the first world in this game, and now basically it opens up a lot. So this right here is Gruntilda's sister. She will give us information about Gruntilda throughout the game that will come very in handy later. I didn't even read. I think it said like booger flavored ice cream. What the fuck did that say? Anyway, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my language to a minimum. Yeah, that's one thing about I'm trying to work on not cursing as much in the videos. I know at least right now I'm not worried about monetization because, you know, obviously I'm not making any money on these videos yet. These are just for fun. These are kind of to get my feet wet. This series is definitely a work in progress. Sorry for the cut there. I was actually trying to fix something on my stream. It cracked up on me, and I went to change my camera view back to the corner where it should be, so I'm not blocking too much of the screen. So anyways, alright, we're going to continue on. Not much really going on. I was talking about the changes to the channel and that we're working on just be more organized. I do want to get to a schedule eventually. I just got back to working on Friday and just kind of figuring out the sweet spot on how I want to keep these recordings coming. I want to get to a point where I can do them for twice a week, you know, one series on each week. I still continue to get double the views on my Kingdom Hearts videos that I'm getting on this, and I might prioritize the Kingdom Hearts videos over these. But and also because I want to get through the Kingdom Hearts series before the end of the year. So I want to make sure that I give myself enough time to get through those, because this series obviously is just one game. I have Banjo-Kazooie on here, obviously on Nintendo Store, not sponsored, and I would like to get to Tooie, but I'm just so unfamiliar with it. I might do it. It just kind of depends if this video starts picking up traffic. I'll look into it and maybe decide to play it for you. I just won't be quite as informed, and it's obviously not a game that I played growing up a lot. I just didn't have it, and I know I played it once a couple years ago, and maybe I don't know, they have a lot of mechanics where you use Kazooie the bird for, you know, by itself without Banjo. I don't know, it's just the worlds and just the way it was going didn't really hook me that much. By the way, I'm just like not paying attention to exactly what I'm doing when it comes to controls and stuff. But sometimes you'll see a lot in this game where I'll use the bird to make my movement go by faster, and a lot of times that will cause me to mess up. It's one of my faults that comes with platformers, like specifically like Mario. You want to just get down and start running, do things, and then you make a mistake and then you mess up and start all over. So sometimes it's just better just to relax. I'm not speed running thing. I spoke in my last video, or a couple of videos ago, about speed running and stuff. Going back to that, just watching people speed run this game is so broken. Let's listen to what she got to say this time. Grunty wears massive bloomers underwear that repulsive dress of hers. So she wears underwear? Okay, that's not really... Okay, they're big. She got a big butt. And we got some feathers. Oh, well, I won't need those for a while. And actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'm actually in a place where I don't need to be right now. I actually kind of skipped over of what I technically, when it comes to expected progression of the game, is to go to a different level. So we're actually gonna go back and actually do what I'm supposed to be doing. But it's fine, we'll come back to that. This guy used to scare me so much when I was a child. So when it comes to watching this video, I hope you guys aren't here to watch like some expert movement, because you won't find that here. So swimming in here, I actually don't know why I came in here, because once you go, you'll see there is a big puzzle piece, which, spoilers, this is actually the last world, technically the last world in the game. And you need a good, I don't know, I forgot what it is, 15 puzzle pieces to get it to fill it up, so we're not even going to waste our puzzle piece on that. But anyways, besides, that's kind of going off in a tangent, but we're going to go down this really weird evil door with eyes and shit. And go to our next world. Which I'm glad I did the puzzle for it, so all we gotta do is backflip. And we're ready to go to Treasure Trove Cove. I love the music in this level, it's so great. And Bob's gonna tell us that I think there's 2 abilities around here he's gonna tell us about. Yep. And you see our first gen's right there, but when you jump in this water, be careful, because this guy, Snackers, will come and mess you up. That scared me so much as a kid. See, I was a little younger. I didn't grow up with Jaws, but this was my Jaws moment of going to the theaters and Jaws. This is me being chased by this shark in this video game. Hi, we got Clackers here. If I remember quickly, he's the second boss battle. I guess every world there's boss battle. There's some worlds that are hilarious, but the last one we had that big gorilla throwing mangoes or whatever the hell it was at me. So I skipped over, but the conversations with really the bird and anybody, he's so sassy. He just talks shit. So basically, you got to swing a couple times, and then when he opens up, you just go in after him. Nope, I got caught. No! You gotta be like on it. There we go. Alright, you go hide in the shell. Pro gamer. Shout out to, I don't know, I guess it'd probably be like 30 something people. New to the channel. Shout out to all you guys for getting me over 50 subscribers. I actually didn't find out until after I hit it that you don't even need 50 subscribers to live stream on YouTube, and that was my main goal. I'm not ashamed to say it. I got some, my friends, whatever, to reach out and support me just to get me there, to give me that beginning boost to get myself started. And yeah, thank you guys to everyone who's subscribed. And if you happen to watch this video, leave me a comment down below. If you don't have your name on anything, just drop your first name, initials, whatever. I'll figure out who you are. And again, I appreciate everybody who supported me in this endeavor. You might not relate in any of my videos, but just the fact that you're there in the background supporting me, I'll always remember that. I'll remember that forever. But going back to, I found out later on that you don't even need 50 subscribers to stream on YouTube. You literally, if you have a system with a capture card and stuff, you can stream anytime you want. You actually, basically, you can stream on the desktop version of YouTube if you want to. It's only literally 50 subscribers if you're on mobile. I guess if there's people that obviously are bots or doing something they shouldn't be doing, they're not going to be able to just hop on their phone and just do whatever they want to do without basically proving themselves as a real person by getting 50 subscribers. Because even though you guys assume that you could just get fake subscribers, I'm sure that's a thing. I've heard that's a thing, but I'll never do that because I don't need to do that. Depends how cheap it is. But anyway, so we're going to get back to it. So we got our first jiggy in the world, so we're going to continue on. So if I remember correctly, this world isn't really like super where you can miss some stuff. Everything's pretty straightforward. There's some little places that you can go to that you might miss something, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It gets a little more complicated throughout the game. So we're going to go over and talk to this blubber mess up here after we got these notes and the feathers. And after we go right here, we can learn us a new ability with this jump pad over here. Here's your best chance, chicken legs. It's time for you to fly. At last, it better be easy. Bye, guys. Good one, dude. Simple enough. Even you, bird brain, just stand on a flying disc and press A. Okay. And he lost his treasure, and it's somewhere down around. Oh, it's underwater. You can't swim. Can hippos swim? Is that a thing? They spend a lot of time like in like water, like up to their feet or whatever. But can they swim? Leave a comment. Let me know if they swim. I don't want to Google it. Yeah, we'll go down here. Oh, and just going back to work and everything. it's been, it's been a little bit of a struggle again. I got to get to where I have some sort of a schedule where, I'm not taking away time from my family, work, whatever, and not spending very late, spending too much time at night and, staying up too late instead of getting the sleep that I need. I want to, it's just, you got to get that balance, and I hope to get there pretty soon. It's not going to be like a, tomorrow or next week thing. It's going to take some time to figure it out. I cannot swim. I think it was, it had been the first part of this game series that I did. Swimming levels, anything you got swimming is just the worst. I don't care what game it is. It could be a perfect game in the world, the level or whatever section of the game cannot be that bad. It could be pretty decent, but just the fact that it's underwater just makes it just the worst level or part of any game. And I'll die on that hill. Alright, so we're going to jump down here, I think. Get down here, and we're going to get down here and get the other goal. And one thing I didn't mention, I think, in the first level is obviously you have most games that are underwater, especially when you're a mammal, bear, and bird. Well, bird's not a mammal, sorry. But, you can't move in the water, so you got these little air bubble meter, whatever you want to call it, so you don't run out of air. There'll be some levels later on that calls for some pretty tight swimming, where if you did mess up or go the wrong way or whatever, and you could easily get yourself killed. Oh, I guess we should. Oh, those guys jump. I guess we should probably get this treasure back to old Blubbermouth over here. He'll trade a gold thing for another gold thing. Let me get our second Jiggy. Alright, everybody, dance break. Let's move on. I think that's basically everything we gotta do in this kind of area. Most of the rest of the game is all up vertical. Oh my god, come on. I'm not an expert platformer. Alright, so we're going to get into the second ability of this level. Yeah, I think because the fact that you kind of know their dynamic already. I'm not going to sit there and show you every single dialogue. I'll probably custom stuff for time. But we got our last ability, which you just literally Samuel's saying, you push the jump button, and you get a little bounce, a little boost. And we got to get up there to get this thing. One thing I do need to invest in. There's a couple things I need to invest in, but unfortunately right now I don't have the money. But getting a new gaming chair. I got one off Temu for, it was like 60 bucks. Oh, it was like 50 something, I think, 60 bucks. And yeah, it's put together nice. There was actually some defects. You can tell there was probably a whole batch of them that were defective that they've decided to shelf cheap on Temu, which is fine. Oh, it's a chair, but it sure is not comfortable. Alright, let's try not to fall from here. I actually don't want to do that yet, so we're gonna go back this way. Now, when did you get the... didn't mess that up. No! I'm telling you guys, expert platformer here. Second fly back, you think I can do it? Pro gamer. That's some speedrun strats right there. No! I spoke too soon. Brother. Yeah, we're cutting all this out. Alright, so now we're back. Let's get back into this. We're gonna go catch these notes, and again we're gonna wait on the flying spot. I don't know why there's so many flying pads, especially when they're right next to each other. Doesn't make much sense. I got these little treasure chests. That's the one thing about doing these dual Let's Plays is the fact that they have totally different controls. I am playing this game on Nintendo, and of course Kingdom Hearts is a PlayStation game. So every time I think, oh, jump, X, it's not X. So that's going to take some getting used to. I think I have to climb up this way. I'm going to try again to re-editing, so you'll probably see really in the last like 10 minutes or so, and probably the rest of the playthrough, that we're going to get more close to editing. I'll cut out the fluff, and I can look at stuff that doesn't really mean anything to the stream and cut that and make it a lot more of an easier thing to watch. So if you do get to a point where you're watching the video and there's a big cut in the gameplay, it looks kind of jumps forward, I apologize again. I'm trying to get better. I think it's more on the fact that sometimes I get a little tongue-tied or just lose train of thought, which that will happen. I'm not going to pretend like I'm perfect and that I can just have constant dialogue without forgetting what I'm talking about. I feel like it happens a lot more when you're recording and you're just basically talking to yourself. I actually had some, I think, pretty good live streams, honestly. Fortunately, there wasn't many people that watched it, but shout out to Chris and shout out to Eddie. Both nights, both streams, each one of them came in and basically chatted with me. I was basically replying back to him. We had some nice conversations, and I feel like the comfortability was there. And that's initially what I want to do with this channel. Initially, it was supposed to be a combined effort with me and my friends, and you know, we can kind of use our long times of friendship and our dynamic, which we're like, you know, we're brothers basically. So we fight like brothers, we have arguments like brothers, and you know, we talk about like brothers. So hopefully, when we get set up and he gets his stuff started, we want to. The idea is to do basically like we're technically doing our own Let's Plays, but we'll have each other in. You know, in call and whatever in audio, so we can discuss it. We've been throwing around a few ideas for video ideas for both of us to do. You know, on each one of our channels, and hopefully you'll be able to see that pretty soon. I'll give you more details on him and his channel when he gets his fully set up. He's worked on it. I honestly can't even remember what the actual handle and stuff is right now, so we'll get back to you guys on that because it's a really exciting thing, and I think. When it comes to commentary and just being more interesting to listen to, it'll go a long way in helping us both get to where we want to be. Which we're not trying to be famous overnight. We're not trying to follow all the trends and how people do it in the past. We want to kind of just do our own thing. I mean, obviously people do Let's Plays all the time. That's the thing that is really popular now. But people, they tend to gravitate to a channel and a community, not only just the person that's commentating and playing the game, but the people around it, the people in the chat, the people in the comment section. You want to have that. And so hopefully when we get that started, you guys will be into it, and y'all can check out both our channels. And if you're watching this and you know me very personally, that my best friend, Corey, this was our idea for years. Well, it all started doing. We're both big wrestling fans. I think I really got him right back into it when we started living. We lived together for years, and we was talking about doing gaming and wrestling and doing all these different things under one channel umbrella. So I figured instead of that, we would actually separate things a little bit. Like if we wanted to do stuff like with wrestling and multimedia, pop culture, nerd stuff, we can keep that as social media and obviously our YouTube platforms to play games and stuff. And then maybe when we get everything settled in, we can actually start that YouTube channel for wrestling. When it comes to time, that's where everything kind of gets a little messy. That it's just not time for everything. So it's just finding the balance here and adding that to it. It's gonna be difficult, but I think eventually we'll get there. So if you go to this little clue right here, you just hit the X and it's going to show you which the next X is. And we're going to try some pro stats right here. We're going to try to get, there's actually a Jiggy in this little hole right here. And if you're really good, speedrunners are crazy with this, where they can literally, I can't do it. They'll literally they'll drop in real quick, they'll slowly float down, and then as soon as they hit the ground, they'll pop back up and they'll continue flying and be able to fly on. But of course, whenever you do it, the way that they probably intended you to, especially being the second level of a game that you might just pick up for the first time, they don't really expect you to do that. But people are really good; they do stuff like that all the time to break it. But fortunately, I'm not that good, so we're gonna have to basically go all the way back up there. But I will cut to that back in the air. So the one thing about doing editing and stuff, I can cut out all that times that I've maybe fallen. You would never know. I'll make sure you never know that I actually fell and messed up and wasted a lot of time. So I'm hoping to, for the most part with these levels, you get kind of further in, you might take a little longer, but I want to keep these levels, these videos to 30 minutes. The first two videos I did were like super long. And when it comes to YouTube, if you guys don't know, view counts they're great and everything, but it's all about retaining viewers for your entire video. Your watch hours is just important, if not more important than your view count. Because view count is literally somebody takes a look at your video, says, oh, that'd be decent, and then clicks on it, and then they hear you talk or see your gameplay or whatever, and then decide all of a sudden, no, I'm not going to watch anymore, and they turn it off at 10 seconds. Because they do say that once you, major YouTube watchers, they will literally base their opinion on your video within the first 10 seconds. So the first 10 seconds, if you don't do something to grab them, which I know come from me. That's funny because I just basically did a basic intro to my channel. But Let's Plays, that's kind of that's almost the most you can do. There's not really a good way to make a big hook for every time you play a game. You might play the game for 10 episodes or whatever, and it might not be as easy to come up with something to say in the beginning to get the hook. So I guess that's when it comes down to getting your community and catching attention to people that enjoy the content or the game that you're making content on. So going back to my other videos, the Kingdom Hearts video did very well. The second one, it was performing a little slower than the first video, but I think maybe from people watching it more, because it was watching it more all the way through, it got pushed out further comparative to the other videos. When it got 100, I think it's at like 130, 140 views. Now look at the watch time. The watch time's not that bad, so it's working. The little things in the channel, the editing, making the videos more accessible and easier to watch. It's gone a long way. So I'm gonna keep on doing my thing and getting better and better. I made a mistake. I'm about to die because you have fall damage here, but if you fly right before you hit the ground, no matter how far you're up, you'll live. So I got 6 Jiggies left to get, and not saying that I don't know where they're at, but I gotta remember where they're at. So I know you have to believe he'll blow up on his own if you get him moving enough. No, I'm sorry. I remember what to do now. To get these notes, and we will actually, you know what, I'm not even gonna get these right now because this bomb guy, if I stay too close to the edge, he will come get me. So actually we'll swim down, excuse me. We're gonna swim down to this castle right here. And here comes a very interesting part of the game I'll get to in just a minute. Exactly why it's interesting. So actually I have to find a way actually we're gonna get back to that because there's actually something about this part that I need to do first. But once we get in there's some really cool things about that little cave, or a little sandcastle cave we just went into. So we'll get into that in just a minute. Actually, I think we'll get into it in a minute. I'm not gonna say too much, so I don't wanna give away too much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, I think, go over this way. Luckily, when it comes to editing these videos, you will not see that I'm in the right place until I show you, which will be right now. Alright, so now we're back kind of in the right area that we're supposed to be going. We got to go this way. We're gonna jump up this thing right here, go up this big green wall, and we're gonna go. There's a little guy up there. Hey, damn, bro, you gonna take me to dinner? What's that mean like that? I'm gonna go down here and catch old Jinji over here, the Jinjo. I always want to call him Jinzo, like the Yu-Gi-Oh card monster. Oh, whoops, how about fucked up? Now I got the Jinzo from all the... I think you might have missed a couple of them. I might have cut those out, but we got our Jinzos for the level, so that's another one. So we only got just a few more puzzle pieces left. Hey guys, if you're enjoying my rough around the edges playthroughs and commentaries, drop a comment, drop a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I really appreciate you joining my journey. Alright, we got to level up. So we're actually going to start flying around because that's actually part of one of the next Jinzos. We got to go back to where that X was that turned to an arrow and figure out where we go next. Alright, we found it. So we're going to go back to this. And also it will actually kind of give me a big view of the world to maybe remember where the hell I'm supposed to be going for the other two. I know going back to that with sandcastle underwater, there is actually a way to drop that water, and I don't know if this will get us there or help us figure out to remember what it exactly was that you're supposed to do. I'm gonna stop this one. This one's telling me to go this way, which I think I don't know if I'll take the other one if the arrows actually go the same, point at the fly pad. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I was about to show you guys something cool, but I forgot you don't learn that till later. That's actually a cool move that happens when you fly. It actually does, that's cool. It actually points, I don't know if it's just, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but it actually points the arrows right to the next one, or to the fly pad. I keep missing those. I was trying to be quick and everything. Alright, it's gonna take us. So it's official, it literally points the same direction as the fly pad. You don't even, I think that the X's for the next one don't pop up until you knock it off. And so I believe X marks our spot. Take him out, I might need those. Yeah, I do. First, let's get these and not fall off because that'd be tragic and not an expert gamer move. Which I am, remember. I don't want any of y'all to ever forget that I'm an expert gamer. Alright, wanna hit this real quick, X marks the spot. Ooh, you'll never find me now. Which I believe is actually right behind it. What a good hider you are, right? No, I forgot. You bounce it around. You just gotta use your beak break, and there he is. Now that I got that, it reminded me that I need to get somewhere. There is supposed to be some sort of... There's a 1-up over there. So we're going to show you guys how dangerous snackers can be. Let's try to get as far as we can and try to keep jumping. Oh my god, of course they spawn right in front of me. Alright, there he goes. Get in there and not get hit too many times. I would like to not get hit at least twice. More than twice. So let's wait till right before he disappears and hopefully he won't spawn right in front of us. He didn't spawn behind us, so we're good. That was just so terrifying when I was a child. There's 2 more jiggies around here somewhere. We'll figure out where they're at. I think we'll skip around to get to where we need to go so you guys don't have dead air. And while we're walking around, I want to get into the editing process that I figured out. There's actually some program, I forgot the exact name of it. I'll shout it out maybe in the next video. That makes it so easy. You know, it's a little subscription. It'll cost me like, I don't know, $7, $8 a month. And it will literally transcribe your whole Let's Play and also take away the pauses, take away basically any dead air or, you know, messed up audio. It'll basically take away automatically for you, and you can go through the whole thing and it will highlight the words that you're speaking throughout the video, and then you basically cut all the stuff you want. You can add stuff back if it makes the flow of the video better. I'm saying this for some people. I've spoken with some people that subscribe to me that I know about how the process works, because I like to get to the point where I have a few friends. I was over there, I didn't see him. I think I got some kind of bug where he didn't show up, but then again, well, no, there's some kind of bug there that he actually didn't show up when he was supposed to, which is cool. Now think about it, I think if you go this way, was there some kind of bug there where he didn't show up? Because he definitely was supposed to show up and chase me. So actually I figured out where I was getting lost at. There's actually another area over here that will take me maybe to a route of another jiggy. There it is, right there. Actually, I do remember now what to do to get the sandcastle water level down. Actually, I go back over to it. There is actually somebody that I interact with that will take the water out. If I remember, he's really cute. So we'll cut to when we find him. He's up there, so let's see if we can get to him. Alright, we just jumped down here. I believe oh, I missed. Alright, we found Leaky. No good for water. Can bear block hole with pebble. Well, I don't have any pebbles, but I do have something to shoot on my butt. I got eggs. Booty eggs. That's where eggs come from, right? They'll tell me if you have chickens at home and know where the eggs come from. They poop them out. Alright, so we got the water level taken down. And you see the little guy exploded. And we're going to go up here and get the last couple notes. Oh, there's still 4 more. Hopefully, fingers crossed we didn't miss any. And there's one right here. I mean, there's 4 in here. Those 2 over here. Yo, let's go. W's in the chat. So all I think I got is 1 more jiggy to get, and we'll get it right in this room. So if you see, there's a bunch of tiles on this floor, and they have a bunch of letters, and of course letters spell out words. And if you think of a word that you might need to spell out in a Banjo-Kazooie game, the first word to think of would probably be B-A. Hopefully be fast enough. It actually gives you, I wouldn't say just enough, but it's definitely tighter than you would think it would be for this kind of game. Where's the J? Mr. J. There you are. And you gotta find this. Oh, Banjo. Just imagine being a child and being like, oh, I don't know, what word would possibly be there? There's a B there. Let's try Banjo-Kazooie and see what happens. So we got 1, there's actually, I believe, 2 O's in Kazooie. So there's another O. So there he is. Now I think about it, the timer is definitely not quite as strict as I guess I remember it being. Maybe because I was dumb and, I don't know, took me a minute. So this guy he's not a normal crab. He takes another hit, which I mean, I know. And then we backflip into this, and there we go. I would take a bow, but I stand up. You know, I don't want y'all to see what I'm wearing in my... All you can see is from the shoulders up. I could be in my drawers. Y'all would never know. Alright, so now we can exit out of this level, and I think we're just going to be about to wrap it up for today. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Let me get off Kazooie because he's kind of loud and can't put over my intro right now. But we'll go to the view totals, and show you guys that I do have. Remember, we're not looking at the honeycombs. So we're good with that. So actually we're going to end it right here. I'm going to exit this level, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you will continue to support me in this channel, and then we can move forward. Please check out my Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays. That's actually a game that I think when it comes to like reacting to the story. I think there's more meat there, and that's probably why it's getting better views in this video right here. But I'm hoping that I can continue this and give you all some insight, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.